So you clicked on this video thinking one of two things. What is an Oscar race? Or...
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for!
So if you're in the first camp, the Oscar race is basically the probability of who will win the Oscar based on the other award ceremonies. The Actor Awards, previously known as the SAG Awards, were live on Netflix last Sunday, and they put the Oscars so far back in the air. Let's take a look at Best Actor first, because apparently I can't stop talking about Timothée Chalamet on this show. So, the Critics' Choice Award went to Timothée Chalamet, the Golden Globe went to Timothée Chalamet and Wagner Moura, the BAFTA went to Robert Aramayu, and the Actor Award most recently went to Michael B. Jordan. I still think, unfortunately, that this is Timmy's year. The Michael B. Jordan SAG Award puts Marty Supreme's stock down just a little bit. The next one is Best Supporting Actress. The Critics' Choice Award went to Amy Madigan, the Golden Globe went to Teyana Taylor, BAFTA was won by Wunmi Musaku, and the Actor Award was also won by Amy Madigan. While I didn't like the Weapons movie, she pretty much did carry that shit on her back, so I understand. She's also a long-standing presence in Hollywood, so she might just win off of that, just the respect aspect of it. And finally, Best Supporting Actor. This one is seemingly the most open-ended for me because all of the nominees were personally just so great and just so good of supporting characters in their movies that it's tough. The Critics' Choice was Jacob Elordi. Stellan Skarsgård walked away with the Golden Globe. The BAFTA was won by Sean Penn, as was the Actor Award. And personally, I think the Oscar is going to go to either Sean Penn or Delroy Lindo just because of their legendary status. Kind of like Amy Madigan, kind of like Kieran Culkin and Zoe Saldana last year. Just based on their body of work, they won the Oscar, you know? And while my pick would be Jacob Elordi, he is only 28, and men in Hollywood statistically just have to wait so much longer to get their flowers than women. So tune into the Oscars next weekend, because it's gonna be fucking wild. Hi, I'm Zach, and welcome to Cinema This Week, the show where we talk movies, TV, and everything to do with the entertainment industry from the last 7 days. If you're new around here, make sure to like and subscribe, because I'm here for you every week. Lily Collins, a name that when I hear it, it makes me mad. Yes, does she look like Audrey Hepburn? Yeah. But I don't think she has the ability to perform this part. The film, the biopic they're doing, will be about Hepburn's life while they were making Breakfast at Tiffany's. And while I've only seen parts of Emily in Paris, they piss me off. So I'm going to be going into this one with a critical eye. When the movie was announced and that she was cast in the movie, Collins said it was with almost 10 years of development and a lifetime of admiration and adoration for Audrey that I'm finally able to share this. Honored and ecstatic don't begin to express how I feel. Speaking of announcements, everyone's favorite football show is back for a season 4. Ted Lasso and crew are back for another season.
With our Lady Greyhounds.
Because if you'll remember at the end of season 3, Keely proposed to Rebecca that they should start a female version of Richmond, like many English clubs have. As seen by the teaser about the new season's production, Jason Sudeikis will return as Ted, Hannah Waddingham will be back as the boss-ass bitch Rebecca, Juno Temple will reprise her role as Keely, and our favorite director of football operations, Jeremy Swift, will return as Higgins. But we are also pretty much getting an entirely new cast. Some new faces will also be joining the cast. Those include Tanya Reynolds from Sex Education, Jude Mack from Prime Target, Ashlyn Sharkey from Jurassic World Dominion, and Abby Hearn from My Lady Jane, to name a few. The big announcement being that the 4th season will reportedly release this August to coincide with the World Cup that's also happening in the US. So thank you, Jason Sudeikis, for the birthday present. That was so nice of you. Now for something that no one asked for, the weird new Stranger Things spin-off, Tales from 85. Because everyone loved the last thing y'all did so much! The new series will be animated and feature an entirely new cast of people playing Elle, Mike, Dustin, and Will. The series will take place between Season 2 and Season 3 during the winter, where the group will face new monsters and a new paranormal mystery. The new series will release on April 23rd later this year. At least the animation looks okay. It's very Spider-Verse adjacent, so hopefully this won't be a full loss. Speaking of Spider-Man, y'all remember those Spider-Man movies about the Spider-Man villains minus Spider-Man? Well, because Madam Web did so well, they're gonna do a sequel. Not just Madam Web, but that whole subgenre, like Kraven the Hunter, Morbius. Ew! This was confirmed by Sony Pictures CEO Tom Rothman on a podcast, because I guess we don't get our news from anywhere else nowadays. He said that the films would feature different people, so maybe sequel is the wrong word. I don't know. I also don't know who asked for this. It's a running theme this episode, so we'll see how well they do at the box office. Speaking of theaters and box offices, Sundance Film Festival is moving to Boulder, Colorado this year. And last week they told us which theaters they'd be using. There will be 11 theatrical venues, including use of local schools, the CU Boulder campus, and a couple select theaters. This marks the first time that Sundance will be held outside of Utah and will hopefully be just as good. The festival will be next year, January 21st through 31st in Colorado. And now what can only be described as the opposite of Sundance, Paramount has won the bidding war on Warner Brothers Discovery. Now why should you care? Y'all remember Wall-E? Yeah, the little robot guy. Will you play along? It goes somewhere, I promise. In Wall-E, there's this corporation called By and Large, and they are like the be-all, end-all. If you need to do anything in this world, you'll do By and Large. It's like that. Shit is whack, and it's called a monopoly, and right now, Paramount is becoming a monopoly. Paramount holds about 9% of the streaming market in the US, and Warner Brothers Discovery holds about 15%. So in one business transaction, Paramount will hold about 25% of the streaming market. Hey! By the way, not fucking good. Because when you control that much of the market, you begin shaping that market. Because you've already killed off a giant buying it, you're starting to kill off the little guys too. And while I hope and pray indie film never dies because we need it, but the way the industry is headed is bleak as fuck. In the weirdest crossover news of all time, Meg Thee Stallion, famous for WAP,
Wings and pizza, stuff that crust with extra cheese.
will make her Broadway debut as Zidler. The role was made famous in the film Moulin Rouge and was originated by Jim Broadbent. The Broadway show, however, has changed Harold Zidler to just Zidler, and that has opened the door for people like Bob the Drag Queen and Meg Thee Stallion to play this gender-bent version of the role. Usually, when I write these scripts, I use people's last names to refer to them after the full name drop, but what do I call her? The Stallion? Meg, when asked about her role, said, "Stepping onto the Broadway stage and joining the Moulin Rouge the musical team is an absolute honor. I've always believed in pushing myself creatively, and theater is definitely a new opportunity that I'm excited to embrace. I'm up for the challenge and can't wait for the hotties to see a new side of me." So good luck to her. I mean, she can sing, so I doubt it'll be that bad, and I'm excited. Did you see Heated Rivalry? Oh no, not yet. Well,
Guys, I think he passed out. Hey, Serge, you okay?
Oh my god!
so Connor Storrie hosted SNL last week, and it was so good. I'm an SNL defender, so whether SNL is bad or good, I'm going to watch it anyway. But some of the skits last week were actually pretty funny. Specifically that one I just showed you where Connor plays a stripper that's been hit by a car. I actually have not seen Heated Rivalry. Whoa. I was just going to say that I think his physical comedy is really good. Is that okay? Okay, and speaking of Heated Rivalry, there was also a Hudson Williams cameo during an ice skating sketch, which is like, wink, the best thing ever.
Oh my gosh, you guys, look who finally showed up.
Hudson!
This guy tries to propose to his girlfriend, but he gets rejected and keeps getting super distracted by these guys behind him ice skating that are having a great time. Another one called The Gentleman's Code, where it took a while to get going, but in the end it made Keenan basically Superman, and he was like throwing people into walls. But other than that, pretty much SNL as usual. So let's wrap up the cinema this week with our movie of the week. I want to talk about Greta Gerwig's Little Women, so spoilers ahead if you haven't seen this movie. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next Friday. But the thing that stood out to me about this film was the quality of the ensemble. You got Saoirse Ronan, Emma Watson, Florence Pugh, Timothée Chalamet, Laura Dern, Bob Odenkirk, and Meryl Streep. I mean, oh my god, how Greta Gerwig just did so well to show what girlhood means, and like showed what these sisters, while they supported each other, they didn't overwhelm each other. There was these scenes where it would be all four of the sisters and they would just be talking all over each other, and it was like, this is exactly how I imagine what having a sisters is like. I have a brother, so I don't know what that is like. They were just so interconnected and able to have these 14 conversations while walking. It was really, really good. I think that having watched Wuthering Heights the other day, a couple weeks ago, that Greta Gerwig actually likes Little Women and likes the source material, because this movie is like a love letter. It's such a good representation of what the book had to offer versus what Wuthering Heights was, and I saw a lot of people talking about that, so I just wanted to mention it. I also loved that all of the sisters had their own branching storylines. Emma Watson's character gets married. Joe wants to marry Laurie, but he's like done waiting for her, so he marries Amy. Beth, of course, that whole storyline. Laurie's monologue to Saoirse in the middle is insane. That is like, that's what Timothée Chalamet was born to do. You understand me? He's not supposed to be a fucking douchey ping pong player. I need him to be a yearner. Me when a man yearns on screen. But then he turns around and goes and marries her sister because he's done waiting for her, because she basically rejects him, and then she's like, oh, but I love him. And it's like, hold on, do you? And finally, I think just the way Greta Gerwig shows us the story is like we were a fly on a wall, but in the best way. You know what I mean? We just got to experience the story. Like, it didn't feel like we were part of it. We just got to witness it. And that is one of the best ways to tell stories. So if you've seen this movie, tell me what you thought, because I really, really enjoyed it. That's going to do it for today's cinema this week, you guys. Let me know if you'd like me to talk about anything specific next time. And if not, bye.